law school. Day after tomorrow, you'll start practicing. You'll become the members of the bar of, the advocates of Tanzania. One important and most crucial thing is thorough research. Don't just read the law. Don't just read the facts and come here and start talking. Read the law, understand the facts of your client, apply the law appropriately to the facts, and come give the conclusion. Just don't read something just don't give it a glance. Go into the grips of everything. Understand why this is so and why that is so. One important thing that I've noticed here is, we really understand the differences between the types of law. Some of you were here asking for declarations on the basis of the Constitution. Such remedies and such prayers go into judicial review, into human rights petitions, into constitutional petitions. This case was at the Commercial Division of the High Court. It was purely a breach of contract. Set your mind to the issues that you've raised. Make a defense theory. Make your theory, your case theory. Prepare very, very well. Others are mixing public international law. Others were mixing it with private international law. There's a huge difference between all these matters. Don't rely on the little knowledge that's given in the class. I'd go back to A-levels and O-levels when teachers used to tell us that what teachers are giving you is just 20%, and this 80% is supposed to be researched by the students. At university, what the lecturers give you is just 5%, I would say. And for lawyers, a lawyer's main task is reading. Law does not have an end. Why do you think Tanganyika Law Society arranges continuous legal education for all the advocates? Why? Because it is a continuous reading process. Don't end where you are. Otherwise, you'd never grow. You'd never grow. What you're looking at is your own progress. You're not looking at, we were conversing with my colleague in the morning. When you want to be the best, you want to be the best for yourself and not the best for others. You want to be the best for your client. And to do that, you yourself must be satisfied. You must think and overthink that if I'm saying that I want to invoke permanent sovereignty over natural resources, why am I saying so? How can I do so? So please, research is the key. Research is the key to opening all the doors. Today we are here seated, globalization is going too fast. Today here we are seated, the East African community is opening up soon. Gauge yourself and say, am I competent enough to compete with advocates that might come up from Kenya, Uganda, Rwanda, and Burundi? We are all studying, we are all progressing because we want to be something in life. We want to progress further. And for that, hard work is the key. Is the very, very main key. I think I'm done with this. Thank you.
I must agree with my colleague here that it's an absolute job well done. I think it's very impressive. I think you guys are very confident and composed, even though we threw some back-to-back questions sometimes. I must also agree once again with my colleague that research is the key to opening all doors. And I know yesterday we gave some comments to some teams that when you find the facts are against you, concede on those facts and then come up with an alternative argument. Another colleague of mine who I was judging with yesterday in one of the matches said, but do not over-concede. It's one thing to concede that this fact is not with us. It's another thing to concede at everything. Yes, the fact is not with us. Yes, the law is against us. Yes, no, lawyers, we find ways, because the law may not have strictly said 1, 2, 3, but there may have been an alternative to what you did. So if you find that the facts don't agree with you, then find a law, find a case, find a precedent where someone did something similar to what you are doing right now. What's the position? And if it still does not support you, distinguish it. This case did not support me, but the difference between this case and this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Therefore, we think that the court should rule differently on this case. So that point on acceding, and if I should go back a little bit to the laws which were mentioned in the facts. There are specific laws that were mentioned in the facts. You should have those things at your fingertips. For example, if you chose not to go to arbitration, or what party did not attend arbitration, what was the remedy? What were the options? What did the law say? That was literally one of the first things that should have been tackled, and those kind of things should be on your fingertips. But other than that, once again, I think it was well done, and yeah, I'm very, very impressed with you guys.
We have this principle that you always must put ladies first. The only problem is when you put ladies first, and if it's in talking, now you can understand that I'm left with nothing to comment on. All in all, I join hands with my colleagues. It's been a job well done for both teams. It's actually been getting better and better as we move through the rounds right now. Right now we're in the semis. Most of the teams, I think, I've judged some of you in the preliminary rounds, and I can see you getting better as well in your argumentation skills, in the knowledge of the facts, at the same time in how you have a grasp of every bit of the law that you put forward in while putting up your argument, which is a work well done. And trust me, as my fellow judge said, that is very key when it comes to practice, when it comes to you doing whatever you're going to be in your future career. So having everything at heart is the key, trust me. If you have your growth, your development, your betterment at heart first, before you even think of any opportunity that you have to grip on or what, then that is what will take you through, nothing else. Because when you think of personal development, then the rest of the other development will align with your personal development. But if you don't think on how you can become better as a person, as a lawyer, and have everything that you're doing at heart, then you're never going to excel. So I think that's work well done, but I think there's a few improvements that have to be made. I've since conceding, I think my fellow judge has also commented on that. We concede too much sometimes. And when you concede, don't dump your whole arguments, you understand? Find some alternative argument. If you're well prepared, you would understand that this is my argument, this is my law, this is my fact, this is how I'll apply my law to the fact. But even if I do this, this is what I should be expecting. If you know what you're supposed to be expecting, then you have to know that what alternative am I going to bring here to at least sustain the issue. Because you can't let go of all your arguments, all of them. No, don't allow that, because some of them, you look at maybe some of the arguments that have been, some of the issues which you have considered entirely, you would see they would affect your position in several other issues. So if we are to make a judgment and we have to consider that you actually conceded to one of the issues, then it will be hard for us to make a decision in your favor on the rest of the issues. So make sure you don't allow that. And maybe the other thing is research, I think, which they have already talked about, and I don't see if there is any better word that I can use. Otherwise, all the best for those that will advance to the finals. You guys, even if you don't know that, you are already there. We can't have everyone in the finals. You understand? But as long as you made it from your universities to the national rounds and now to the semis, just know that you have made it and you're supposed to consider yourself as a winner. Congratulations. Yeah, this marks the end of our session. Thank you.